Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses back here with another edition of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be reviewing the salary changes for Tuesday, January the 21st, which happens to be the final Tuesday here in round one of season 4 of NBA 2K25 My Team. My God, that was a lot of numbers that I just spit out there in that last sentence. And speaking of numbers, there are two big numbers that may be the reasons why you aren't really all that excited about today's edition of the Salary Cap Report. And those two numbers are 2,500 and 5,000. And those numbers have to do with the points that a lot of people are targeting as their end goal for each round of salary cap this season. Maybe you're like me and you're trying to hit that 2,500 point mark because you want to end round one and every round this season with 2 Pink Diamond Shatter prize pieces and 1 Galaxy Opal Shatter prize piece. Now, obviously, if you play to the 5,000 point mark, well, then at the end of every round, on top of getting that aforementioned Galaxy Opal prize piece, you're going to walk away with a Pink Diamond Premium player, which I don't think is that bad. It's up to you to decide if playing enough games to get you to that 5,000 point mark is going to be worth getting one additional Pink Diamond premium player at the end of season 4, because if you just hit 2,500 points every single round, which is what my goal is, as I mentioned, you're going to walk away this season with 2 Pink Diamonds and 1 Galaxy Opal player, whereas if you aim for 5,000 every round, you'll be walking away with 1 additional Pink Diamond player compared to the people like me who are aiming for 2,500. Now, I do want to quickly mention before we get into the salaries, in the last episode of the Salary Cap Report, when I went over my record, which for those of you guys that did not see it, it was 9-13, I want to say. It was nothing great. Yeah, it was 9-13. I was not happy about that. We started 7-7, and then we ended up going 2-6 in our final 8 games. It was really rough. I was just really playing poorly, and more so than that, I was really shooting poorly. You can see my field goal percentage was at about 52%, and worse than that, my 3-point percentage was at 40%. And I'm not someone that I think takes a lot of really bad 3-point shots. I try to only take the open ones, and so for me to miss 60% of my open 3-point looks, or I'm calling them open, in general I would just say relatively open 3-point looks, that to me is a skill issue that I need to work on. And I'm talking about this now because I've already made one change since that last salary cap report episode, and that is using the button to shoot on high risk difficulty. I don't know if it's just because my brain was preconditioned into thinking that high risk shooting is only worth it if you're good with rhythm shooting. Maybe that's because of how the game was in September, where they really boosted rhythm shooting. At least that's what it felt like. It felt like button shooting was really inconsistent and borderline broken in a bad way on high risk difficulty. But I played Park, as I mentioned, I believe in my last My Team video, and I did get Pink Diamond Ron Artest. We're going to be adding him to our collection today, potentially to our lineup, depending on what his salary is. If he's 8,000 salary, he's not coming along for the ride. But I was able to do so playing with the Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis that you guys saw on your screen to start this video, and I greened a lot of shots with him in the park using the button on high risk. So we'll see how that translates into my salary cap performances starting in round 2. But hopefully, whenever my next stream is, which I'm hoping will be this upcoming Sunday, hopefully we can play some salary cap, and hopefully we'll see that 3-point percentage go up and my field goal percentage in general go up, because I am not happy at all with how I played in round 1. So, all right, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to try to not spend too much time going over all of the player salaries that, like, you know, in terms of when I'm going over player salaries, I feel like I try to go in depth into a bunch of different players, and they didn't really change all that much. It felt like a lot of the Galaxy Opals who were at 10,000 have stayed at 10,000. Cards like Galaxy Opal Kawhi, David Robinson, I can show you guys because I have those 2 cards. D-Rob is at 10K, Dirk is at 10K, and Kawhi is at 10K. Anthony Davis, I showed him at the start of the video because you can see right here, Anthony Davis is at 8,000 salary, and he's one of the few Galaxy Opals that I saw who is at that low salary value for an Opal of 8K. And That's important to note because I still think he's one of the more frequently used Galaxy Opals, whereas like Steph Curry, 10K, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 10K, LeBron James, 10K. What about Penny Hardaway? Penny's also at 10K. You can work your way through a lot of the Galaxy Opals. Let's see, what is my GOAT Jalen Brunson going for? If you have Jalen Brunson, he's one of the few 8K guys, so go and use him. I'm sure that Jalen Brunson's an absolute demon. And if you don't agree, that's really tough for you. Victor Wembanyama's Pink Diamond card is still at 8,800 salary. I wonder if that's going to be a fixed value for some time. I'm really curious to see. I'm actually curious to see if this number goes up at all. I feel like 2K might be looking to see if more people use him, even with his salary being so high, which, I mean, if I had Victor Wembanyama, I would probably still try to bring him because I do think, contrary to popular belief, there are a lot of people who've been in my comments of my, my more recent YouTube videos saying Wemby isn't all that hard to stop. And even if that's the case, I feel like if there are any casual players out there like me who are playing, people like us are going to struggle against Wemby. That's just how it is. Maybe if you're more gifted at the game, you won't struggle with him. And if that's the case, good for you. But I still struggle playing against Victor Wembanyama. Dr. J and LeBron James, their Pink Diamond cards are also still at 8,000. So it looks like we haven't really seen too much traction be made on these higher end cards. They're still relatively expensive in terms of their salary value, and I like that because I do still feel like with us being in Season 4, it is still a little early for salary cap to be turning into Showdown Light. That's just my opinion, but, I'm just happy to see that cards like Wembanyama are still at 8,800, and a lot of these opals that are really good, like Kawhi Leonard and LeBron, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, obviously, are all at 10K, where you can still bring those cards and you can still build pretty solid lineups around those cards, but you're not going to really be able to build that lineup with Wemby and then another top-end Pink Diamond like a LeBron or a Dr. J. Let's take a look at some of the other players just in my lineup alone. Lou Dort went up from 2,000 to 2,500. The other big changes, though, are with the rubies. And I feel like this is the case because a lot of people are running these pink diamonds that are worth 8,000 salary, or a Galaxy Opal like Anthony Davis who's worth 8K. Maybe you're bringing in one of those aforementioned Galaxy Opals like a LeBron or a Giannis who are going for 10K. And if you're going to bring in players like that, well, you're going to need to bring in rubies that play well above their gem tier, especially rubies that were at 800 salary for the previous few weeks, such as Alexander Sarr, Scottie Pippen, and Bilal Coulibaly. Especially Bilal Coulibaly and Alexander Sarr, I feel like everyone in salary cap who's running a high-end player that was Pink Diamond or above had both of these cards in their lineup coming off the bench. And now both of these cards have seen an increase by 400 salary. They go from their floor, which is 800 salary for a ruby, up to 1,200, which is the ceiling for a ruby card in salary cap. So I'm going to find a way to obviously make adjustments. There is a ruby who I cannot believe has finally dropped from 1,200 down to 800, and what a time for this to happen. The week where Bilal Coulibaly, Scottie Pippen, and Alexander Sarr all go up to 1,200, this card drops from 1,200 down to 800, and that is James Posey. At this price, he's going to become one of the most valuable budget cards that you can run in salary cap. And I want to be clear, when I say budget, I'm not talking about his price in the auction house. He's a Gems of the Game ruby. These cards fluctuate a lot in value because there probably aren't really going to be that many James Poseys up on the auction house. And so this is more so a PSA for you guys. If you have James Posey, if you got him from those NBA is back agendas that we got weeks ago when the NBA season started, I guess you would have gotten him out of the Grizzlies Gems of the Game pack like I did. Put him into your salary cap lineup. I think this is one of the best changes that you can make to your team. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And just like that, we are just 800 salary away from being able to run a lineup out there for salary cap. I'm not going to work on my salaries, or my salary cap lineup rather, in this video because I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I only like doing that whenever I have a rough idea of what changes I want to make. The only change I think I'm going to definitely make is benching Reed Shepard. I was 7-7, and then I brought in Reed Shepard, and I just don't know what it was. Maybe it was his jumper kind of being slow. He put up good numbers, and he has good defensive ratings, but I just felt like defensively he wasn't really holding up on his own. I had to always send another defender to help. And I don't know what it is. Like, he can't really create that much offense for himself. I felt like with cards like Marcus Smart or even a Mario Chalmers, I was able to get, an off the dribble pull up three off much more quickly than I have been with Reed Shepard. So at 1,200 salary, I feel like I might want to look elsewhere. And just for now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to bench him for Mario Chalmers, which gets us 400 salary, closer to that salary cap limit of 18.5. And then we'll see what else we do. Maybe the move for now might honestly be to just bench Bilal Koulibaly, even though I love Koulibaly and what he does for me off the bench. And I'll bring in Toumani Kamara, who's at 800 salary, and that'll keep us right at that 18,500 salary limit, which is pretty nice. Now, one other thing I want to do, because we do have packs I want to open in this video. We did add 3 players to our lineup, or I guess to our collection. We'll see if they fit in our lineup. Jeff Green, I got him on a snipe last night. Shout out to the auction house that you can access on the mobile app. I was watching the college football national title game, and during halftime while Travis Scott was performing, I thought, let me just take a quick peek and see what Jeff Green's going for. And I saw one got posted like a minute into me opening up the app and going into the auction house for 15K. I was saying on stream, maybe in a YouTube video before, I wanted this card for 20K or less. 15K does fit that budget, so I'm really happy about that. Lonzo Ball is probably not going to play for me in salary cap at all, but I figured why not while his promo, or not his promo, the promo that he's in is still out. Let me go ahead and add him. And then Herbert Jones, same kind of concept as with Lonzo Ball. Figured why not add him. Maybe if he's a card that hovers around that 1,200 salary, if I like his jumper, which I obviously don't know if I do because I've yet to use him, maybe we'll throw him into the lineup. Let's take a look. Are they in recent cards? They are. So Herbert Jones at 2,000 kind of makes him a no-go for me right now. Let's take a look at Jeff Green. Jeff Green is up to 5,000 salary. That was my fear. We're going to have to wait a little bit before we use this card. I'm sure Jeff Green is an incredibly valuable card to use in salary cap, but I cannot justify bringing him in at his 5,000 salary value. So we're not going to be using any of the cards that we just acquired from the auction house over the past couple of days, but that's fine. A lot of these cards, they're meant to be long-term investments. Let's get into these packs right here. As always, I want to make sure that I'm recording because that would be really sad if I'm not. Hi, YouTube. Oh, cool. Only 13 minutes in. Not too bad. I feel like I always talk way too much in these videos, so I apologize if you guys feel the same way. Here we go. Hunt for Glory, 87 plus overall. I think I got this for winning 5 games on the park. We get an Amethyst. It's an Amethyst that we already have, but that's not bad. We get, we get Naz Reid. That's kind of unfortunate. Although I do think Naz Reid might be the best Amethyst from that set. I could be totally wrong in that. If I am, I apologize, but I really like Naz Reid. He's unfortunately at 2,000 salary, so we're not going to be able to use him. Showstoppers, 90 plus overall. Honestly, I would love to get either Herbert Jones or Jeff Green out of this so I could sell my other one back. So here we go. Let's flip this and see what we get. And it's shaking, which means we're not going to get Herbert Jones. We're going to get one of the other Amethysts, and I think the other ones both suck. If I had to guess, this is going to be BJ Armstrong. Eastern Conference, 94 agility. Or is this that Bobby guy? Nope, it is BJ Armstrong. Man, I'm so good at guessing the cards that I'm going to get. I guess I was going to get Kemba. I got Kemba. I guess that I was going to get a BJ. And, well, yeah. Going to just not say anything else. All right, here we go. Let's open up this Ron Artest pack. I have no idea what Ron Artest's salary is. I'm assuming he's 8K. But if for whatever reason this card is 5K salary, I might try to throw him into one of my salary cap lineups. Either my Hero Ball lineup, which has AD. I might just replace AD with Ron Artest. Or I'll put him into my my team ball lineup. I forgot what I called it. Egalitarian basketball lineup, equal opportunity employer lineup, whatever you want to call it. Ron Artest, we'll take a look at his lineup or at his salary later. This 92 plus overall premium pack came from getting 25 wins in the park. Again, shout out to my guy De Los Muertos. We got 24 wins in the park together, basically all in one morning, which was great. And then I had to get my 25th win by myself, I think, so, which was not fun. I had to carry people in co-op. I don't like playing 3v3 by myself. I like playing co-op because it does make it a little more fun. That also is content I'm debating bringing onto this channel, playing with randoms. But let's see what we get here. Western, 9-2 offensive rebounds. We're getting a big of some sort. Who the heck is this? Okay. PJ Brown, getting him the first time was cool. Getting him a second time, this is now not as cool. This is a duplicate, unfortunately. I can't do anything with this PJ, unfortunately. All right, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I can put him towards a Hall of Fame badge, but I'd rather just get the 1000 MT. We'll just do that. That was pretty disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Speaking of disappointing, I'm not even going to bother covering any of these spin cycle players. We're not getting any players under the diamond tier, it looks like, for any of these Tuesday promos from now until All-Star Weekend, basically. And so when you factor that in, along with the fact that 2K is going to be doing this this Ponzi scheme right here, where locking in all these Tuesday sets will get you these event cards to lock in for Dark Matter. Like I said last week, all I think this means is we're going to be getting all those mid to trash Hidden Gems Galaxy Opal cards. They're going to be coming out now over the next few weeks, which is really not all that inspiring. None of these cards really move the needle for me. If you are a big Heat fan, you want to run Bam Adebayo, and if you're a fan of these two guys, then by all means go crazy. Obviously, we have that diamond option pack where we can pick from these cards. Excuse me. I mean, Lionel Simmons doesn't look too bad just because he's 6'7". I think he has a 6'11" wingspan, but I don't know what that jumper is like. Doesn't really have incredible badges, but I don't know. If his jumper is really nice, maybe he's a fun card, although 59 interior, that means you and I can probably work him in the post and get an easy layup on him. So, yeah, not sure how I feel about that, but, you know, it is what it is. We're not going to cover this set more than we already did because it's not a very exciting set. That's all I got for you guys for today. Sorry if the pack pulls weren't really all that exciting. I guess before we put a bow on it, let's just see, is Ron Artest? Yes, he is at 8,000 salary, which honestly he should be. I feel like a lot of the top-end players in this game, not players as in the cards, like the player cards, but the people that are behind the sticks playing Showdown and Park and maybe even Salary Cap are probably using Ron Artest because this card I think is still one of the premier 3-and-D players in this game. And so for that reason, we might not see his salary drop for a while. I mean, I'm going to liken him to a card like Dyson Daniels, who's still at the ceiling, the salary ceiling for his respective gem tier. We may just never see cards like Dyson Daniels or Ron Artest drop in salary below the ceiling that they're at. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys with another video, or I'll drop another video before Friday. But if not, I love you all. Have a great week, and I'll see you later.